When you lose touch with inner stillness, you lose touch with yourself. When you lose touch with yourself, you lose yourself in the world. Your innermost sense of self, of who you are, is inseparable from stillness. Stillness is your essential nature. What is stillness? The inner space or awareness in which the words I speak are being perceived and become thoughts. Without that awareness, there would be no perception, no thoughts, no world. You are that awareness disguised as a person. Look about you. This space is filled with everything that's in it. In here, out there, the whole world. One space. When you lose your connection to that stillness, then out there fills the space and you become lost in it. That's one world. It's a world in which the majority of humanity still is entrapped by, failing to realize that we're doing the entrapment on ourselves. There's another world that is being ushered in by an influx of energy that is completely embracing our planet and our solar system. It's an energy that is promoting another world. A world that we can enter into, that we can actually claim as our own as we reconnect with our inner stillness. And as we do, and when we do, we begin to experience another reality that is revealing a whole different set of circumstances and situations, because our perceptions are being stilled by our reconnecting with ourselves. And as our perceptions become stilled, we find that we're able to relax. We can be at ease. But make no mistake about it, that these two worlds are existing simultaneously in the same space. And you and I are, as we awaken and become still, witnessing this occurring in the lives of everyone. We will see the effects of this transformation as others react to it and buy into it and believe that that's the only reality available to them, and will encounter much suffering as a result. Whereas those who are reconnecting with themselves are going to find that while they are able to see this occurring, it will not affect them the same, because they're not generating the same energy, which then results in corresponding manifestations of turmoil, suffering, grief. But rather, we'll be able to see that it is what is chosen inside as a state of awareness that determines what does manifest in your life. So, two worlds. But how many different parts are there and pieces? If you consider that the stillness also is reflected by the space, then you become aware that space is in essence invisible. It just simply seems to be filled with things, when it of itself is the intelligent, silent space that allows all things to occur. Heady? Not really. Hardy? Really. And coming to a place of, is it possible for you? Possible for me? Absolutely. Is it possible for all humanity? Eventually. If you look at it from the perspective of one world dying and another world being birthed, then you can let the dying occur and start connecting with the birthing and choose to raise your rate of vibration to match the birthing process, so that in so doing, you'll experience heaven on earth starting to shine through. You'll begin to experience a shift taking place inside of you, to where things that used to capture your attention and demand of you that you give it your energy won't have the same value anymore. You'll let it go because you'll come to realize that's the entrapment that you used to believe you had to live before. But also realize that this is a time where you'll be releasing your emotional baggage. Because make no mistake about it, we're not going to experience birth without letting go of the old. You can be the eye of the hurricane while the storm rages about you. And remember that this is a journey that you chose to experience this lifetime, even if you don't remember it. You can come to a place of observing the world in conflict and violence and consciously choose to respond by generating love and forgiveness. You see, we have these powers that have been latent for so long that now we're calling upon ourselves to activate and to actually choose the activation in the living process. To live love, to live ease, to live forgiveness, to live recognizing that suffering happens to be a part of a choice pattern that others can and will elect to live. But it doesn't have to be that way for us. I would encourage you in this to also realize you have an imagination. Now, I'm not talking about the Disney kind of animation, but I'm talking about the thing that you use all the time in your thinking process. If you can activate it with vivid impressions of positiveness, then you're going to find that your creative forces join up in using your power to imagine the best possible solution and the best possible world that you're going to choose to live in. So in this, I am also, by contrast, not encouraging you to live the worst case scenario that your imagination can conjure. There's enough doing that already. Rise above it, and in so doing, you'll find that you choose to return to your inner state of stillness. And in so doing, you reconnect with your true nature. And instead of becoming lost in the world, you allow the world to be the place that you choose to express your true nature, your developing heart awareness, your ascending recognition of who you truly are, so that you can look at your disguise as a person and say, wow, what a unique gift for me as awareness to move about in the world and find it certainly isn't what it seems to be. Thank you for your attention. For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.